All right, all right. Peace to the family out there in the chat and in the world, the global community. Peace to the global community. We're about to be live. Oh man, it's what a show tonight. It's going to be an amazing, high energy, energetic, electrifying show tonight. We're going to have a good time. We're getting ready for something special this Saturday. I want to thank everybody for joining us. As usual, before we get started, let me get to this commercial real quick. Make sure you hit the like button. Tell your friends and family what's going down today. It's very important, for them to witness this level of love and electricity in the building. So tell your friends and family we're live. We'll be right back in 1 minute, family.
Sometimes I wake up in the morning feeling stressed. Sometimes I wake up feeling like I never slept. Sometimes I don't wanna wake up cause I'm depressed. But today when I woke up I felt blessed. Yes, I'm thankful I could breathe. Thankful for the breath, thankful for the heart beating in my chest. Superman S, I fell in love with life, not afraid of death. Fell in love with life, fell in love with sex. I'm a sinner, I confess. I love my gold, melanated flesh. It absorbs, it protects like a bulletproof vest. I kill all my demons and then I ask who's next. I'm the son of Osiris, I'm coming for the suit test. Suplex, God is blood, God is great. I thank Him for the food on my plate. I just ate mashed potatoes and steak. Victory is sweet, come get a taste. The flavor in your air is Big Mac with the base. Been broke, can't break, got money in the bank. Every day someone dies, someone's born. Get a cake, set a date, get a suit, get a tie, get a date. God is always on time, never late. Celebrate, get in shape, meditate, levitate, elevate, men destroy, men create, real women menstruate. And the sound I make emanates my life. And the song I sing celebrates my life. Celebrate your life, celebrate your life. Celebrate today, celebrate tonight. Celebrate your life, celebrate your life. Everything was dark, God invented light. Everybody celebrate your life, celebrate your life. Celebrate today, celebrate tonight. Accepted all my wrongs, celebrate the right. When I die, celebrate my death, see what heaven's got. I feel glorious, victorious, the medal dangle on my...
All right. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to be on here for a brief amount of time, but it's going to be a quality amount of time. To start out with, or somebody in the chat said, what they said, where's it at? They said, Avengers assembled. Avengers assembled. The superheroes is in the building tonight. Yes, the superheroes are in the building. I want to welcome to the platform Aquarius, Maximus, Dr. B, Sirius, Soleil, Professor Griff, and Blue Pill. Thanks for coming on, y'all.
Thank you.
Thanks. Peace to everyone. Peace. Greetings.
Indeed. All so, right. I want to ask y'all to start out with, do y'all think, because we gotta, we're all going to be in the building on this Saturday in Atlanta. It's going to be a monumental event. Oh my God. And the reason why I love the fact that all of these individuals are going to be there is because all of these individuals actually have absolutely amazing quality products and services. Top of the line, top of the food chain products and services. So I look forward to sharing that with the family. And we could, we got to celebrate good product. We got to celebrate quality clothing. We got to celebrate a lot. So we're going to do a lot of celebrating Saturday with and just enjoy ourselves. I want to ask y'all to start out with, in terms of, the song and the theme, celebrating your life. Do you think, growing up, being a melanated man or a melanated woman, do you think that we maybe not celebrate as much as other people because we have to constantly be in warrior mode? Do you think our need to survive and our need to always watch our back for the latest and greatest thing that's happening to us prevents us from maybe tapping into the frequency of celebration the way we should?
Well, can I answer that?
Nick, you start off.
I don't think peace, family. I don't think anything has stopped Black people from celebrating. If we ain't gonna do nothing else, we gonna celebrate. Say so much so people started celebrating. You remember back in the day, you had that one day for your birthday. Some people be celebrating the whole week and then the whole month. So, I mean, ask Black people about whether it's a picnic, barbecue, any kind of celebration, a damn funeral, whatever it is. we're going to celebrate. We're going to find something to celebrate. We're going to find that bright spot in our lives or someone else's lives to actually celebrate. You understand what I'm saying? In the way that we celebrate, we're going to make up a new song, a new dance, a new something. You understand what I'm saying? Just to come to that spot to get some good food, good music, be with family, be with friends. We're going to find something to celebrate. So we haven't lost it. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's just we're finding innovative ways now to incorporate everything else that we do inside of the celebration.
Okay. Keep it short. Can I add on to that? There's a thin line between celebrating and partying bullshitting. So I think that's what people complain about. They're like, oh, you shouldn't have to explain why you're celebrating, and you shouldn't feel guilty for over celebrating or being totally immersed in the state of celebration. There's a lot that we have to celebrate, and we don't celebrate our small victories to set up our large ones. In particular, in this community, we don't have a social setting where we celebrate our victories. We don't celebrate one another. And then there's a lot of things taking place in our community that we should celebrate the fact that we are still here, standing strong, remaining resilient, on target, on mission. And, I applaud all of you on stage. Our brother, Professor Griff, when I was young, Public Enemy gave us something to celebrate. So providing a sound, providing an environment like that, I want to celebrate my quote unquote blackness. Without Public Enemy, we would have not been in that ecstatic state of celebration when it comes to, celebrating the thing that we resonated most with, which was a love for self. Yeah, I like my plane.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
Anybody else want to add on to that question?
Yeah. So celebrations are necessary to give our brains work off of a reward system. And you don't follow that reward system, then your spirit is not really understanding that you've achieved something to give you more. You know what I mean? You have to give yourself, you have to work along with those rhythms in your body so that you train your body to produce more and to produce more happiness, produce more happy circumstances, etc. Because if it's trying to produce happy circumstances and you're not celebrating and returning that, then it's like, okay, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, is what I'm doing working?
Yeah.
So, psychologically, you have to give yourself those markers so that you can continue to strive and you and your body are working along, in tune with one another. You don't want to trick yourself. You know what I mean?
Indeed. Doc Soleil, you want to add on to that or
Now these two scientists are sitting here. I feel them summing it up. I see be serious. He already went to start planning. No, go ahead.
No, I think, just in full agreement with what everyone shared, that, it is important that we celebrate and even the little things and celebrating life daily, so that we can be reminded, we're living in very tumultuous times and times of great disconnection, even though we feel like we're more connected than ever online, but people are feeling more depressed and more anxious and more stressed. And so it's beautiful to have the bigger elaborate celebrations and ritual and coming together in community to remember, but to also have our daily, celebrations of just being alive, having a breath. And so, Blue Pill sharing that is a big difference between just partying and more nonsense and more destructive behavior, and then actually coming together in ritual or community and really truly celebrating something that is important or monumental or impactful, even if those things seem small. Celebrating those seemingly little things are important. And this is also a way that we can start to ritualize our entire lives. Everything we do becomes a worship, a celebration, a ritual, even if it seems mundane. And then you create this life of perpetual worship and celebration, and you have something to pull from even when you start feeling depressed or anxious and life is throwing everything at you. So
Indeed. All right. And Doc, yeah.
I'm having a challenge with this discussion because it hasn't been a year since I came back from my breakdown. I had a nervous breakdown on the way to do the 7 prayers.
You told me, yeah.
And it was because I never really celebrated myself personally. I never did anything to celebrate myself. I did everything to help everybody else. I was in chronic servitude most of my life. I make the music for the parties. I never even went to the high school, celebrations. And, when I graduated, I was in the band, it's always about other people. And a lot of times we find ourselves in that chronic servitude where we're always helping other people be happy, helping them have the party, even cleaning up before and after the party. But a lot of times we're not looking at ourselves and vibrating ourselves, because to vibrate ourselves is to celebrate, where you bring on that serotonin. See, a lot of times we're in dopamine mode. Even though we're out at the party, we got the holidays that were chosen for us, and we're happy and we're doing whatever we're doing, but we're not getting to that place of really joy, of true joy. And I personally went through this. So even now I'm like, wow, this is a very, very deep subject, because we have to learn to celebrate ourselves, with ourselves, for ourselves, by ourselves at first, and give ourselves permission to have some fun and to dance and to scream and to holler. And somebody else said to take those small celebrations, you know what I'm saying? So now they'll become one big thing where you're vibrating yourself, telling yourself it's good to be here. I'm joyful. I'm successful. I'm magnificent. I personally have, been going through this, and I'm just healing from it, realizing that, wow, more personal celebration is very important. It's extremely important. And stop waiting to be prompted. Well, we having a party. You coming? Well, what about making your own party within yourself, by yourself, for yourself? Yeah. So I think it's extremely important to get that serotonin. And when that serotonin and oxytocin kick in, that's a whole nother level. But a lot of times we're in dopamine mode. You understand what I'm saying? We're partying, but it's like we're hooked on, other people and other events. So I think that this is a huge subject. We could be here.
That's this interesting. You say that about yourself, because today's lesson is about pouring into yourself. That's the energy of today. So the card of today is about pouring into yourself and receiving and making it.
What card is that? What card is that, Aquarius?
Today is a 4 spades day. And it's the card of pouring into yourself.
Interesting. Wow. Interesting. Yeah. We in alignment. We are in alignment. Indeed, I'm definitely getting ready. I'm gonna wait till a couple of more people come in the building. I'm gonna talk about what's going down Saturday. I want to ask y'all this before I go into what's going down Saturday. I want the people to know some of the amazing products and services that y'all gonna be bringing on Saturday. But before we do that, let me just say this: 2 people I know, directly or indirectly, 2, I would say 3, because directly and indirectly, committed suicide this year alone. And it's kind of weird to me, and I don't want to be sounding sensitive by saying it's weird, but it just seems as though there's so many opportunities, the internet, and so many opportunities to be independent, and so many people that you can meet on different places that, what is this? Griff, I got you in the back. Griff, you there? Oh, I think Griff is frozen. Yeah. Hold up. Okay, let me get rid of this other one. Because this other one is frozen.
Griff is on the screen 3-4 times. Look at that. See?
Yeah.
That's celebration.
That's that glitch in the
that's really celebrating. But that
can I just say one thing real quick?
Yeah, Griff.
Doctor, be serious. I celebrate you, bro. My wife will tell you I've been doing my research, because I started DJing again, and I started drumming again. And late one night while she sleep, I'm the one to do the snoring, so we're not gonna worry about that. So I'm studying, doing the research, and I ran into your clips, man, of you drumming, bro. And as long as I've known you, I've never seen that side of you. So I celebrate you. That's all I have to say.
Well, well, it's deep, man. We met in the 80s when I was the hip hop. Yep. I was the hip hop mogul of the West Coast. My company did. In fact, I saw somebody said something about the Dream Team here. My first record was the LA Dream Team in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dream. That was my voice. That's me saying that sample, because I was the producer that did the first West Coast hip hop records. DJ Quick and all them, they were all out of my camp. That was my company. But like I said, I was never out front. I was in the background. Let them do the celebrate. Let them do the partying. I was in the back collecting the money, by the way. So I mean, a lot of us have done a lot. All of us on this panel have done things that people don't know about. And, just to be here and to be at this particular time is deep. And something deep, Brother Griff, I was going to ask you about this. We have to have a little private talk. My mind got blown the other day. I opened up my text and I get a text from Billy Carson. And it says, you have been nominated for Spiritual Leader of the Year. I'm like, what? He got to be sending this to the wrong person. Come on now. This is what? Then I'm talking to Brother Rich the other night. He said, yeah, man, you nominated. I said, how did I get nominated? Because I don't see myself the way people may see me. See, a lot of us, we got a whole persona we've created, right? And it's okay because, we got to, you got to have the ego to get up and do your thing, right? But even that, I'm having issues right now with accepting certain things about what people say and what they do about me, only because I'm here to help folks be the best they can be, to support people. I'm the one to push you in the background. And I just want to say that, Brother Griff, there's been many times when I had to watch Brother Griff. I remember Brother Griff and I, remember when we was lecturing together? And Brother Griff, he was always on some stuff that was so deep. He was always on some stuff that was so deep that I was like, wow. I said, now, he done talked about the problems of the world. I need to talk about the solutions. So we were supposed to go on tour and do the solutions and the problems and the solutions. And I always look at the way Brother Griff, no matter what, he don't need security. He is security. He don't need nobody to tell him that he's the professor. And I really appreciate that. And I always watch people like him and Dick Gregory and people like that who are always going to stand tall and know when to know how and when to know what and why. So I really celebrate that. I celebrate y'all, all y'all on this panel. I celebrate you. I mean, Brother Blue Pill. He just calls me, hey, B. This brother, Brother Rich. I don't know Brother Rich, man. I'm watching Star Trek, man. What's going on? I'm watching Star Trek Discovery, man. Over and over and over. I don't know if y'all seen that, but that man, bro, the black woman in the Mycelium Network, gotta watch it. But Brother Blue Pill, I just want to thank you, man, because you made the call, and I was like, no, man, I don't want to be on no show. And he kept pushing, and he connected me to you, Brother Rich, and you and I talked on the phone about that music, man. And music is what connects us all. I see music in everybody. You know what I'm saying? I see music in all of y'all. When the sisters talk about them cards and those numbers and those sequences, that's all music. Everything is vibration. So we're in a place right now where the music is high, and I'm glad the music business has fallen because it needed to. They never paid me all my money anyway. Still, you know what I'm saying? Why we got to go to him to ask him? Go ask Master to master my record so he can pay me 0.000003. How much does it take to make $1? I don't even know. But the bottom line is, this is a beautiful time, a beautiful event that you're having, and I'm here to celebrate everybody. And to bring the vibrations that can help us be more of what we are in this new age, because that's what we are.
Oh yeah. It's beautiful seeing. It's beautiful seeing two brothers giving each other flowers like that. And that's a beautiful sight to see in a world that's filled with egos and in a world that usually just appreciates somebody once they pass on. So that's a beautiful thing to see. I was going to say about indirectly, me knowing 3 people who committed suicide, and we're only in a month, indirectly knowing 3 people, and we're only in the month of March. And what I want to ask y'all, that y'all could be of some help to somebody watching this show going through a dark time. I just personally want to know what in your darkest, if y'all could reminisce on your darkest moment in your life, what did you do to overcome that? Because right now there's somebody watching who's going through something tough, and they're like, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna make it out of this. This shit, I'm like, they're in a slump. Some people be in slumps for years, 5 years, 6 years. Some people a couple of months. Some people a couple of days. It varies for different people. But what in particular do you think each one of y'all real quick did to just get out of a slump or a hump or whatever they call it, or a very dark spot or a very bad situation in your life where you made it and you was like, damn, I made it out of that?
I actually know 2 people too that just committed suicide.
Oh yeah, it's Wow, unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. But both of those, both was unexpected, but they were kind of in a lone place enough to be reckless to actually do it. So you got to catch people way ahead of those moments, because it really isn't the depression that does it. It's the sudden recklessness that does it. The reckless courage really to do it. The depression isn't it. But you have to catch people when they, way ahead. You got to check on people, and I think the most effective thing I do with my clients is I tell them to get flower essences. Number one, I tell them to keep that on deck. They keep rescue remedy on deck. They keep a couple of other things on deck. And when I hear a hint of something, I'm like, look, this costs $10. Order it right now. Take it and put it in your drinks, and do that for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? And they're usually pretty good. But I get a lot of people who call me when they're right about to do it because of my card and who I am. So I've been on the phone all night with someone who was in the process of doing it that I didn't even know. I didn't even know that person. And now they recently, every so often they pop up. They're like, "You're my angel. You saved my life. Look at my life. Look what I did in my life." So it is possible to, get to people to kind of get them to see out of that way. But you definitely got to get to them early enough. You can't, and it's something that happens that is not just for them. It is to impact the spirits of everybody around them. You know what I mean? So it's so kind of like a reset to bring you back to what's really important in your life, because of the way it affects everybody. It's just, that's the biggest thing with suicide. Like, you see some changes in people that you wouldn't have expected to see because of that other person. So it's definitely a spiritual, it's a bonding kind of thing, as bad as it might sound, but it is a bonding kind of thing to get people to realize what's really important in your life. And that's people. People are important, because you get to a point where people, your family, no one's important, but you getting out here and working and getting this money or doing this and doing that, and you forget about the importance of humanity and human beings in your life. And you have to reorient yourself to that.
Yeah. Anybody else want to add on to that?
I've been encountering this a lot. People that are inboxing me, DMing me, or calling me that are suicidal. And I normally don't have a game plan. I just leave with my heart. I let spirit take over, and I gauge, what's going on. Sometimes I'm very confrontational towards suicidal energy, meaning that if I approach them, it's going to be with compassion, but there's a level of aggression if I see them, letting go, or what you said earlier. And this is a misnomer that we have to find a better word for, being weak, right? What I'm saying is the fight just totally dissipating. I take over and remind them why they should be fighting. This is why I know that appreciation does so much for us as people, being social. Like she said, isolation is taking people out more so than it is depression.
Wow. Okay.
Our inability to make physical contact or be appreciated, random acts of kindness, call people that this is what they said about checking in on people. Sometimes a person just needs to be touched. They just need to hear the right thing. So what I'm saying is, touch is the word can touch them. You know what I'm saying? The presence can touch them. You feel me? Sometimes, they can see you living your best life and be reminded there is, a nectar to life that one should aspire to attain, even if life is bitter at the moment. Constantly being in a state of gratitude is what I've been recommending these past few days, because I've had to utilize it myself, because these are challenging times. We're coming out of the dark night of the soul. And I did a lecture on this, and I explained it's not the SOUL, more so than it's the SOL, because we are tethered to the trajectory of the sun. When it descends and it's in its darkness of its night, going through the 3 months of winter, which is the acronyms of Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Now we are in the submerged subconsciousness of Pisces, and you see what's coming out. You see what's coming out. Pisces is music, is spirituality, is the occult, and it's subconsciousness. All of that is on display right now. Can I get a check or amen?
Amen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also isolation.
Indeed. But Blue, what did you do to get rid of that? You personally, what did you do?
I said, constant state of gratitude.
Constant state of gratitude.
Like I'm showing gratitude for the good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. I call it we call it gratitude. Coined a new phrase for it. So just being allowing and being accepting of all challenges, knowing that this is my opportunity to get stronger, more resilient, and get to know myself a little bit better. I'm allowing and accepting. So I would, tell that to somebody that may be going through a challenge or a struggle, that accept the challenge and the struggle for what it is as an opportunity for you to power up, level up, and get past your fear of letting go.
Excellent. So, like Dr. B, y'all want to add on to that? This is great. I'm loving this, y'all.
I can add on. I'll add on to that. I honestly, I don't have the same experience as as Blue Pill and Aquarius Maximus mentioned, as far as people reaching out that are suicidal or dealing with people that are reaching out and with suicidal thoughts or tendencies. But what I have noticed is that the suicide rates are, of course, increasing and have been increasing, and not as was mentioned before, not just because mental health conditions. I think it was Aquarius who mentioned that it's not always depression or mental health conditions, but we are seeing this great prevalence in depression and anxiety and all these other disorders and financial stresses, people just barely able to get by. And then you have that compounded with social media and everyone looking and seeing what they think looks like these ideal lives that theirs isn't measuring up. And we're seeing more and more and more of this. And then, of course, the feeling disconnected, as we've been talking about this feeling of not being celebrated and not having a real sense of community. And this country is not built on. We can look at some other places in the world and see how spirituality and humanity are so deeply intertwined that when you have these spiritual processes that are very intertwined into the community, the suicide rates are very, very, very low in places like that. But then you have in the Western world this over identification with material and the body, and a pushing of this material realm that makes it very difficult to even engage in daily spiritual processes, which can help to avoid those feelings of, or to help you to pull you out of those feelings of extreme depression or extreme getting to an extreme that you feel like you don't want to be here anymore. And that over identification with the material realm and the body, I think is a great source of feeling that way. And then again, that difficulty of being able to even go through the spiritual processes. But when we do engage in these daily celebrations and intertwining spiritual processes and celebration and humanity with spirituality and all of the things that come with I think we're having an echo. I'm sorry, Griff just came up and moving spaces because he's having a bad connection downstairs. But I think we need to get back to, even in our in smaller groups, smaller communities, to intertwining spirit and humanity and see celebrations and coming together more of what we're doing. So we're coming together online, but then we're coming together in person, and then the music has been, tying this back into the music has been a great factor in shifting, the consciousness of the people and what we identify with and what we value. And this great value placed on material and body, through which we know that music is a great influencer of that, is taking us further and further and further away from the spiritual processes that can help prevent those feelings of despair, those ideals of wanting to no longer be here because we're so over identified with what this over culture has placed upon us.
Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful. So, like, thank you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Once again,
yeah,
we're hitting on some deep subjects for the one they call Dr. B. I have been there 3 times.
Damn, 3?
3 times.
Damn,
I tried to get out of here 3 times.
Wow.
And every time something grabbed me. Said, nope, not yet. One time the lady came and she said, now, Dr. B, what the heck you doing here again? Now, where's your stuff? You don't even have nothing yet. Now, you go back down there and get your stuff. And I'm like, what stuff? See, there's some stuff that we're supposed to gather here in this particular place right now. And there's something for everybody to do. Now, when I was seeing clients for many years, and they would come sit on the couch, and I would just allow them to talk. Some folks just wanted to talk. And they were like, oh my God, you're the greatest. I've never, oh my God, I didn't say nothing. I sat down, said, now how you feeling? What would you like? And they start talking, and you let them talk. See, a lot of times we're trying to push our beliefs and what we feel about life on them. But sometimes folks just need to speak and say it. And then a lot of times what I do when I'm dealing with clients, I'll say, I may say, well, how do you feel about that? And what does that mean? You see what I'm saying? Ask questions. Just keep asking them questions. Well, so what you're saying is such and such and such. Instead of putting my stuff on them with my ego, I'm asking them where they're at. Once you find out where they're at and you can reach them, now we can begin to pace them out of it. You see what I'm saying? You have to go there with the person. When I was doing, when I was going to the drug rehab places in Los Angeles, helping folks, with, having drug habits. And they were like, well, who are you? How you going to tell us blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, what drugs y'all on? And they would tell me, and I listened to the whole room, right? This was like in the 90s. And I said, well, I've been on all those drugs. I said, what do you mean? All of them at once. I didn't have one. You do one drug, a drug of choice. Whatever they was choosing, I was choosing. Because my thing was, I don't know what the heck is going on here. I'm on a planet. I feel like the man that fell to earth. I don't get it. I don't see why people are like this. You see what I'm saying? Why do we treat each other this way? And why a lot of us who have been, oppressed for a long time become oppressive? Because after you've been oppressed, you want to be a winner. So now you become oppressive. And that's, if you stay oppressive, on the other side of that is depressive. As a musician, right? When you meet really, really good musicians or people who do art and, people who are into using their hands and creating, you'll find that a lot of us go through what they call, what they call it? Manic depression, up and down. But you go all the way down, right? And I might be down for 3-4 days. Don't call me. Brother Rich, don't call me till I be on the show. I'm through. I'm not answering any phones. But then once I begin to breathe and I get that deep breath and I begin to remember that I have to go to this place to get to the high place, everything is tied to its opposite. Everything. So you may be super joyful, but there's another part of you that's sitting on the curb too, ready to jump into traffic. You see what I'm saying? All of that exists, but it's a matter of allowing people to speak, allowing them to say where they really are. And don't try to change what they're saying. Just listen to them. Then you might interject one thing. Like the sister said, flower essences. So I would always, almost all my products have flower essences in them. So I'm an herbalist, but I always put flower essences in everything. I don't even tell people about it because they work on a whole nother level. And one of them that we use that I think everybody should be taking is that Joshua tree. Because Joshua tree helps you deal with your root stuff. That stuff that you came here with. Them, those family ghosts. They've been living in the family for 4,000 years. You see what I'm saying? Grandpa was Wolfman's brother. You know what I'm saying? You don't know why you're acting out. Why you want to tear people's flesh and be sarcastic. It's because some of that stuff is riding with us. So flower essence is a thing. Grounding is another thing. I would talk to clients sometimes and sit on the ground. And when we're sitting on the ground, after a while, they don't even know what they were talking about. They were like, why are we here? Because they're getting those ions from the earth. But the other thing, and this was one of my things that this really hit me. I was in the music business, the music industry. the end, you get the dust at the end, right, Griff? You get the dust at the end, you know, and you keep they're sending you a royalty, but they got 99.9%, you get 1%, and you call it a royalty. So a lot of the words play with your head. When you know you came here to be something, but you're kind of confused at what you're supposed to be because the world is telling you something else. They keep pointing to you, telling you who you are. So, you know, that introspection, finding out who we are and realizing that to become a diamond, you're going to go through heat. You're going to go through pressure. You're going to go through the storm. You have to. That is part of it. You got to go through hell to get to heaven. Once people realize that you've been there too, and that we're all very close to that other side. Once you begin to have that rhythm and that heartbeat. And the final thing, I just want to say this. I couldn't figure out why I could never rise up when I was doing commercial music. I had the money, cars, everything. I had the whole thing until I started listening to the 4/4 rhythm and realized where 4/4 came from. Then I began to listen to how the drums and the music was tuned because I'm a percussionist originally I'm a conga player. So when I tune my congas to nature, they sound really warm and smooth and they're beautiful. But when I tune it to the piano, they don't sound right. And I realized something's wrong with the tuning of the music. So a part of what causes slavery, right, is the music. It's the 4/4 rhythm. It's the music being tuned to 440. And when we begin to change music up, in fact, when I was on with what show was I on? I was on some show here lately. I can't remember, but we started playing these 6/8 rhythms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. All of a sudden, everything changes because now there's a flow that matches the circulation in your natural body. And once you have music where, you know, you are touching the earth and you've got a rhythm, music feeds everybody. A lot of people are depressed or sad because the music is so sad. Not all music. I'm talking about the mainstream. It's being controlled. So you take a person on a music fast. They don't listen to no music for a month, 28 days, and they begin to change. But we are all connected, you know. So when one person decides that they're sad, everybody's really sad at some level. And we do little things, buy jewelry, buy cars, and you know what I'm saying? And we do all these things, but we are all here to do something. And we can't stop a person from living the life they came to live because you have to let them go through hormesis. A person has to go through what they need to go through. And the most we can really do is be there as to stand with them and say, you know, I'm here with you. Go ahead and speak. Go ahead and say it. And don't stop them when they're saying something that you don't like or you think is terrible. Listen to them. You may have to cuss with them for a little while. Once you're there with them and they feel like somebody is here with me. There's a lot of people who are alive right now today because of people like Blue Pill. People like Soleil. I mean, her name has got to do with the sun. She is the sun. And I want to thank you, Soleil. You know, we've never really talked, but I have to thank you because, you know, I was worried about Brother Griff for a while. I said, I could tell, you know, he would leave the lecture and I see him in the car and he's gritting his teeth. I said, man, this brother, I saw him at the light one time. We sat there for a long time. He didn't even see me. He was looking straight ahead. I wonder where he's at. His windows was down, so I didn't hear no music. What is he thinking in that head of his? Because he done seen things we can't even understand. When he met you, all of a sudden the sunlight came out. You really, you know, I really want to thank you for helping to balance the brother, because a lot of us, what we need is balance. What we need is balance. We're looking for balance. We're looking for equality. And sometimes we find that in the places where we're actually falling deeper into hell. So I want to, you know, this, and you, Brother Rich, you are helping so many people get off the ledge.
Yeah, you are.
What you're doing, bro, I'm at the gas station. People with Dr. B. I'm in a whole nother state. People coming in. I'm in another country. Dr. B, I heard you on the radio with Brother Griff. I said, well, who are you, man? I listened to the show. He saved me. I was drowning. I was ready to let the sharks eat me. And then I heard the radio program. Blue Pill was on and he pulled me out the water. I beat the shark to death. You know what I'm saying? But what we're doing is by having some fun, some levity, we can be serious, but we also got to have some fun. We got to laugh. And we got to laugh about ourselves. So I'd like to thank all of y'all once again for doing what y'all do, and all the folks right now who are online helping people in some kind of way. And once we get rid of that competition, because there's no competition here. Stop. We don't need to come. That's another thing that's going to cause you to be depressed. Because no matter how good you are, there's somebody better than you. No matter how bad you are, there's somebody worse than you. No matter how much money you got, somebody got more. No matter how broke you are, somebody's even broken a little bit more. So coming together in one and being in oneness, and I'm going to talk about that on Saturday. Is it Saturday now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm going to talk about and bring people into this harmonic place where there's oneness, where the rhythm is a rhythm that's cosmic. And create that harmonic grid that creates oneness, whether you like it or not. That's what we got to do. It's the music, it's the sound, it's not only the food, it's the talk, it's the everything. But right now, this is the greatest time to be here. If you're here now, this is it. This thing is opening up big time because the old system is dying.
There's the one thing as well that I want to add, and it's important to coming together because there are spirits that sit with you when you are alone, and they will convince you. They want you to come with them to the other side, or they want you to come back home. So, and that's a big thing, of course, in my tradition. And, in Ifa and stuff, we talk about people who actually come with spirits that want them to come back home. They're like, hey, come back with us, So they're much more susceptible to leaving than other people are, And if they're alone by themselves, they're there with those spirits. Those spirits will take them back home. We'll show them a quick exit out of there. So why it's really important for them, like we do things like astrology and cardology, because we show them that, hey, what's affecting you right now is affecting everybody. You're not by yourself. But the spirits will tell you and convince you that what you're going through is just you. It is by yourself. But if you come online and you see some astrologers and some cardologists talking about, hey, the energy of the day is this or the week, and all these people coming online posting comments like, yeah, I was feeling bad. I was doing this, I was doing that. All of a sudden, that person knows that they were not alone in how they're feeling. So that brings them back to, wow, then maybe it's not just me. It's not just my life. It's something that's going on globally, cosmically, and we can all come together and we can come. There is some solutions if we come together. So I think that is the plus side of social media and the internet, because you can go on the internet and see that what you're going through is not just you going through that. So it's like very, very important that those people see that.
Ooh, wow, that was damn. That's the electricity on this chat tonight in this panel tonight is absolutely amazing. I feel 10 times more electrified than I was when I came on the show. This is beautiful. And family, if y'all enjoying this, let me show y'all something. All of these brothers and sisters, these kings and queens will be, let me put this on the screen real quick. They will be, hold up. They will be Saturday. It's going down. 400. The address is 400 Loyola Drive Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia. 3033. I think that's 30336. We're celebrating the Holy Ghost 3 album digital release. This is March 9th. Doors open up at 8. The drumming ceremony from Dr. B Sirius starts at 9. Family, if you coming, please do not get there late because we're starting on time and you do not want to miss this drumming ceremony from Dr. B. It is going to be one for the ages. You already heard Griff talk about how he was mesmerized by Dr. B's drumming. But we're going to start at 9 with the drumming ceremony. We're going to have we're going to be listening to tracks from all 3 Holy Ghost albums. We're going to have Soleil with her products. Blue Pill's going to have the food. Aquarius Maximus is going to have her booth with her services. I mean, Aquarius got the guap coin, the crypto's taking off. She got the cardology. I mean, listen, this is what it's all about. The electricity in the building that day. If we was just talking about just being around somebody, if y'all come around and be around us that day and be around the family and the tribe that day, I guarantee y'all, your lives will never be the same. So I advise all of y'all to make it there. March 9th. Starting doors opening at 8 o'clock. Tickets are $30. Tickets are at the door. They're not online. They are at the door, like we used to do back in the day when we used to go to the club. You had to pay. You had to get the ticket at the door. We used to go to the club back in the day. This is how we're doing it. And like I said in the last show, family, we always meet up with the sun energy when the sun is out. This time we meet up with the moon energy. We're going to get some of that feminine energy. We're going to get some of that dark, divine, feminine energy. We meeting up when the moon is out. This is a different vibe. This is a different energy. We're going to be laid back and we're celebrating. We're going to be having a good time. This is going to be one for the ages, family. So once again, that's happening March 9th. Doors opening up at 8. The address is 400 Loyola Drive, Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia, 30336. Tickets, $30 at the door. All right.
Now,
with that being said, I want to take Blue. You want to say something
before you take that flyer down?
Yeah. Let me put it back up. Yes, sir.
I just want to point something out. This channel is called 363. The zip code.
The zip code.
The date is 3/9. The tickets are 30, and we celebrating Holy Ghost 3. So the whole 369 demonstration is succinctly, evident and obvious in this demonstration. Like,
And Blue, the show starts at 9. Dr. B is going to be starting the drumming ceremony at 9. Wow.
It's a Scorpio day. It's an Ace of Spades day. That's your hidden power. You picked your hidden power day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's your day.
Oh, shit. This be wow. You see how things just line up, y'all? My hidden power day. Wow. Yo, I can't wait to see y'all, man, March 9th. I can't wait to see it. This is going to be powerful. Listen, I want y'all to tell the people because last time Soleil was on the show, I was just talking to Griff. Griff was like, I didn't expect my stuff to get sold out like that. Yo, the people love all of your products and services. I mean, all of your products and services, the people absolutely love. I want to ask, tell the people what y'all going to be bringing on Saturday, and what kind of service or what product. I see Soleil got the herbs behind her. So tell the people what you're going to have on Saturday at the event.
Well, real quick, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a little echo, but I think it's a little echo.
Soleil. Yeah, thank you, Soleil. I'm in the other room. She's right over there. Okay. But anyway, I was downstairs in the lab. But real quick, no pun intended, Mr. Sirius, but I'm bringing the Sirius Mind's brainchild. And those herbs that you see sitting behind Soleil, she's the one that crafted and put this together. As a matter of fact, both of my products, the Resurrection Formula, the male tonic. I forgot, Soleil, what we had called this at first. Some Zimbabwe, Zulu, Mandinga formula. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the truth right there. That's the truth.
Right.
It was always the resurrection.
Right. Well, it's the resurrection. So yeah. But the Sirius Mind's brain tonic and the Resurrection Formula, I won't even have these ready, but I'll have it where they can kind of order it because we're pouring in about a week and a half or so. So all those people that already ordered it, I'll be able to let them know that I'll get that out to them. But I am going to have my books, Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, which I've been encouraged by Soleil to get ahead and revamp and rewrite because there's so much information that's coming out now that needs to be in that book. I'm running into people all the time, and they're saying, some Griff, you said that in the 80s. You said that in the 90s. You already had that conversation. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So Soleil said, something, you need to revamp the book and put that other information in there and just kind of bring it up to date. So I'm gonna be there and to support everyone else. And of course, I'm gonna have books. These two products I will not have, but I'll be taking people's orders so they can get them firsthand. So thanks to Soleil, these two products came to life. How long ago, Soleil?
Oh, I formulated those probably 7 years ago, maybe.
Right. And they keep selling.
That resurrection, man. Boy, that resurrection ain't no joke, fellas. Y'all better get that. Man, that resurrection, I could just walk up in the pussy with that, man. That resurrection, that's
hey.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry but that thing, listen, they got their products, right? They got their Viagra and all of that. Listen, this right here, hold on. Let me listen. This right here, y'all fellas. This right here, man, oh man. And
who's that on the bottle, man? Who that on the bottle?
I think that's you, bro.
Oh man.
Real, man. You a black dot or somebody? I don't know.
No, that product is definitely it's a powerful tonic. I mean, it was formulated. It's a male reproductive tonic elixir, and so it's, it was designed for to give a stimulating sexual effect, but you can take it daily as just a it has like a mild androgen like effect that's really nourishing to the reproductive system in general. So for a healthy prostate, and also to nourish the kidneys. But if you take it in the triple dose that's on there, which it says on the instructions, then you do get a Viagra like effect, but it's all natural.
Okay.
See, I wasn't told how much to take, so I was just like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't tell me next thing I know, I'm up all night. You know what I'm saying? Griff tricked me, man. He ain't tell me, man. Griff ain't let me know, man. He knew what was gonna happen, man.
The directions are on the bottle.
I ain't read it, y'all. But nah, Griff, amazing work. Listen, so on a serious tip, amazing work, Griff Soleil, with that product. Just real quick before we go to Blue Aquarius and Dr. B, how long does it take to make that product? Because good things take a little while. What's the process?
Yeah, they're tinctures, so they brew for 6 weeks. So it takes 6 weeks to make each batch. So once I take all the herbs and weigh them and measure and do I created the formulation, so it's kind of easier to do now. But they're a daily tending, because with all of my products, also not only do I just brew them, but I also chant when I create them. So we're infusing them with sound. There's mantra specific sound vibrations that are chanted into the product as they're made. And so daily, as they're being shaken, they're shaken daily for 6 weeks. So, and then it's strained and poured and hand bottled. It's all done by hand. So
Dr. B does the same thing. Yo, this is beautiful, y'all. Oh man, this is beautiful. Oh man, Blue, what do you? I know you're gonna have the food. Tell the people about the food, my brother.
I'm definitely bringing the Cosmic Kitchen to the building, so we're gonna have a Cosmic.
You sound a little low, Blue. You sound a little low.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, much better. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I said we're gonna have the Cosmic Kitchen in the building. We'll have the Cosmic Kale. We're definitely going to have the Seven Heaven Sea Moss will be in the building.
Oh yeah,
chickpeas. We're going to have tacos for the family, possibly the mushroom tacos, and we're going to also have vegan pizza.
Excellent.
And I have the Paulie's pumpkin pie will be in the building for dessert as well. Vegan pumpkin pie is the rave of a town, so we'll have that in the building. I'll also have some of the merch. I got some dope stuff that I brought back. I got the punch, got the jewelry, got the stones and the rock. So we'll have and then of course we got that
gold water. Oh yeah. Amazing. And so Aquarius, you're gonna be doing the mini readings, right? With the boo?
Yeah.
Now that's fire. That is fire. I remember when you gave me my first cardiology reading in my report, and that joint was so on point. I was like, you put me on the cardiology. I didn't know about it before. Blue Pill had told me about you. And I listened to you. I was like, I got to get the sister on the show. And you gave me the reading, and you gave me my report. I'm like, damn, I didn't know this was serious like that. So tell the people about the exactly what you're coming through with on Saturday, Aquarius.
Yeah, I will be doing the mini readings. I have 2 books that you could order. That'll be downloadable because the prints are not ready. And I will be giving away guap coin to everybody who comes to the table.
Wow.
So definitely get guap. And yeah, because I got Jupiter and Pisces. I like to give away a lot of stuff. So just come on by.
Excellent. And lastly, Dr. B, I know you're gonna tell the people about the drumming ceremony that you will be doing. You will be opening up the night 9 p.m. with the drumming ceremony, man. You the man with them drums, man. You the man. Let the people know, Dr. B.
When I first got to Atlanta, almost 12 years ago, I was asked to open up for the group Midnight. And I did a whole piece with this instrument I have called the medicine drum. Now, a lot of people have these drums that's like it. Okay, mine is like 20 years old. It was custom made based on the singing bowl. It's made of the 7 metals from the Tibetan and the Nepalese singing bowls. Most people have the Tibetan ones, but I'm really down with the Nepalese because they look like me, they act like me, and they smoke a lot of, natural fibers. Anyway, this instrument is based on a steel drum. Okay. And there was an instrument called the Hong drum that they took the steel drums and inverted them over in Europe. You know what I'm saying? They always taking stuff to Europe and inverting it and bringing it back, you know. You know what I'm saying? Paint it to the color, and all of a sudden. But I realized that there was no soul in a lot of these instruments. They sounded too bright. So I created this instrument based on these 7 metals. And then we put clay. We coated it with clay and sprayed crystal dust on the inside. And then we tuned it to 432. We had them 432, 528. This is like 20 something years ago. And when I played the drums, people would just go into meditation mode. They go into the theta state. You don't have to try to meditate. It's happening because it centers you with the earth, because 432 is one of the frequencies in the spectrum of the planet. It's totally you. It's just like, this is one of the cosmic frequencies. So another thing that I do is I started playing these rhythms in 6/8 rhythm. And 6/8 rhythm helps your blood flow. See, everything is about circulation. Everything is about circulation, how you move, who you are, where you are, not staying in one place. Even spirituality means circulation, because spiritual means spiritual, which means you never doing the same thing over and over. It's always growing. So if you've been, you've been burning your sage for the last 42 years, you know what I'm saying? You've been rubbing your quartz crystal and nothing's changing. It's because those are tools that work for a certain time, but you must become. And this is really how it all started with me being on this Black Magic platform. And I've been in LA I started in 1994 coming forward, as far as, in the natural world, after I left the music industry. And I basically had calmed down for a while. So I'm not going to do too much. I'm just watching Star Trek. I've done a lot, I'm saying I don't need to do too much more. I'm okay. Everything's great financially, mentally, physically. And what happened was I decided to go over to Tassili's, and she was having an event. And they asked me this, Dr. B is here. He's our keynote speaker. I'm like, what do you mean? I wasn't even supposed to be here. How am I the keynote speaker? Right? You remember this blue pill. So I'm looking at Tassili like, what do you mean? That's Dr. B, Dr. B. I said, I told y'all I was just trying to get back to Star Trek. I got on the stage and I looked at all the people and I said, yoga does not work. You remember this? I said, eating natural, raw food, it doesn't work. Herbs don't work. Minerals don't work. None of this stuff works because you have to become the thing. You can't rely on the thing to do it. It only has potential. You have to become it. You have to join with it. You understand what I'm saying? You have to not just, like, people will call me and say, well, Dr. B, you think these herbs work? And I said, no, and I hang up. They said, well, why'd you hang up on me? Because you asked me to do they don't work because you doubt it already. You got to know, if you don't feel the vibration in that bottle, if you don't feel the vibration in me, then don't come buy nothing from me. I'm not trying to sell you anything. You have to be ready to join with the things in this universe, in this omniverse that are you. Now, Blue Pill happened to be filming this. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing I know, I guess he showed it to Brother Griff. Brother Rich. And Brother Rich is calling me. Because, see, what we've done for many years in the old ages, we were waiting to be saved. We needed leaders. We needed teachers. We needed folks to tell us. We needed prophets. Ain't no prophets coming. And right now, we have to become the leader. You have to live on the leading edge, which means you have to be yourself, because in everybody is the genius. And you have to go through genius before you get to this thing called the Siddhi. The highest spiritual point is called the Siddhi. It's an S, not a C. It's the Siddhi. But first, you got to realize what your genius is. And to get to genius, you got to go into your shadow, where all that stuff is buried down in the holds of the boat. All that luggage, half of it ain't even yours. And you got all this stuff that you think is yours and you calling it yours. It's not yours. You got to, throw stuff off the boat. You see? So what I'm doing now, and who I'm being now, is I am setting up a rhythm and a tone. yes, I still am an herbalist. I've been an herbalist a very long time, and we have a lot of products. I'm probably not going to be bringing any products to, y'all got the greatest products in the world. I don't need to come down there with herbs. You know what I'm saying? So I support everybody. In fact, I need a couple bottles of things, Brother Griff.
There you go.
I want to.
Griff.
Before you was married, I could have asked your wife, but now I gotta have respect. Gotta put some respect on your marriage. Understand what I'm saying? So there's a couple things. Oh yes, Soleil. I'm gonna go on with the story. I gotta ask this while it was on my mind. Do you have dragon's blood? Do you use dragon's blood?
I do. I have some. I don't have any products with it now, but I do have some dragon's blood resin.
Do you have a little bit?
Yeah, I have. You need some?
Could you bring me some dragon's blood?
How much you need?
Just, I don't know. Just whatever you can. That dragon's blood. That dragon's blood. Because we're in a dragon period.
Yeah.
We're in the dragon period. We need to be breathing fire. We need to be doing that fire breath. And the rhythms that I'm going to play, if they allow me, I'm going to play some rhythms that open us up to the fire, the cosmic fire that's already in us. Because if you've never heard something and you never realized something that was going to open you up and let the stress just relieve, it happens right in an instant when you allow. A lot of us have not been allowing. And when I said that one, I forgot where I was. And that was at the Forbidden Knowledge Awards. And I said, I am, your subconscious says, no, you're not. You remember that time you got slapped by grandma? You ain't nothing, because you never forgot that. So the I am becomes like an ego statement almost, and it goes right to your root. But when you say I allow myself to be such and such, Allah, the flow of energy just flows through you because you're letting it happen. So we'll be doing a ceremony that allows you to tap into the cosmic knowledge that's already in every cell. We don't have to try to do it. We're not going to think about doing it. So what I'm bringing is that vibration, that rhythm, that soul, that thing that sets us up and puts us on the angle that we need to be on right now, and renew everybody, because everybody needs to be renewed. I don't care. You think you got it. You go to sleep at night, you die and go to another universe. You got to wake up and remind yourself every single day. You got to remind yourself, give yourself permission to be great. Give yourself permission to say no. That's a big one.
Right.
You say no. Yeah. We saying yes to everything for what? No. No, thank you. But then be able to say yes. So saying yes to these cosmic rhythms is what I'm doing. I'm working on four projects right now, and they're all based on these sacred frequencies. I'm working on a cosmic jazz album, which features people like George Duke, a lot of big people who are not even on the planet anymore, who worked with me over the many years. You see, and we're all tuning this music to the frequencies that allows the light within us to shine again, because we went through a period, 6,000 year period of darkness. You see, the Iron Age, when I turned into the Rusty Age, didn't it, after a while? But we're out of that now. So I will be bringing that, and I'll do my very best to open up the cosmic grid and the harmonic grid for all of us to breathe again. So I want to thank you for asking me to be there to do this. So I'm honored to come and do this and open it up.
Hey, it's going down. It's going down, family. We about to wrap it up. Yeah.
So, Leah, are you bringing some product?
Sorry, I'm muted because we're bouncing back and forth.
Yeah,
I'll have some products for the women as well. So I'll be bringing some. He talked about the men's products. I'll have some products for the women as well. I have some Ayurvedic breast massage oil, some yoni butter. I got some good juicy stuff for the women.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll be bringing that as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I also wonder presents. We'll be going or just coming out of Mahashivaratri also. So it's like the night of the event. Mahashivaratri starts on the 8th and goes into the 9th. So it's a really powerful time in the positioning of the planet, where we have this natural upsurge of energy. Humans are pushing up towards, that spiritual peak. So it's a really, really potent time that we'll be gathering.
As per request of the audience, Dr. B, you have some of the best.
Blue, talk up a little bit, Blue. You sound
the best parasite cleanse on the planet, Dr. B. As we're shifting into spring, that seasonal shift, parasite cleanse is what people normally did around that time. So if you could bring some parasite cleanse or some platinum elixir, I think that really would make a difference. People are really going to be able to benefit from that. setting their regimen of their seasonal change regimen. And we really need to address the toxoplasma parasites issue.
Real quick, I'm gonna bring you some things, but it's a huge undertaking when I have to focus on so many different things. You know what I'm saying? So I tell folks, my product is at elevationtime.com. Elevationtime.com. You can order it. I don't have to carry it because I would like to be very focused and to be extremely present about doing one thing. This whole thing about doing so many things at one time. Oh, this is what could make you snap. Let's do one thing and get that thing down. So I'll be doing one thing. But really quickly, you mentioned parasites. I'm doing a free class this Saturday at 11 a.m. So if you go to elevationtime.com and go to events, I'm doing a talk just about parasites. I haven't talked only about parasites in many, many years. I usually talk about everything else, and I touch on the parasites. But right now, the parasites from the old age. Check this out. The old parasites, because we went into another age just this year. We shifted. The parasites that were created in the old age are keeping people in the past. You notice how much we talk about the past. We start off with the past and the drama and the trauma. Those are a lot of times parasites, especially that toxoplasma, because toxoplasma, it controls your amygdala, which controls your emotions. And it causes you to be in a state that's not your natural state. The average person today is dead waiting on dirt. They're like zombies. Because that toxoplasma is taking their minds and controlling their emotions, causing them to react and act out at a time where they haven't even sat back and been able to breathe for a minute to think about whether this affects me. You hear the news and you know what I'm saying? You're all upset about something that you weren't even a witness to. You have no referent. You got references, but you don't have a referent. So these certain parasites, these are not your average parasites. You can take all the black walnut, all the green black walnut hulls and cloves and diatomaceous earth you want. And that's really good for intestinal parasites. Those things really are. Really, even papaya seeds, things like that. But the systemic parasites, I discovered the systemic parasites when I had a whole experience. And we talked about that on one of the shows. The systemic parasites are the ones that those herbs don't touch. You're going to have to use essential oils, certain flower essences. You're going to have to use certain rhythms, certain sounds, and certain light waves, right? Because they are aliens. Toxoplasma is a drone. Check it out. It's a drone from an alien race that was dropped off on the planet at a time when there was more cats than people. And that's how it got in the cat. Only the domesticated cats have it. And that people say, well, I don't have no cats, so I don't have toxoplasma. Let me tell you something. Toxoplasma is in almost everything, and almost everybody has it. 90% of the people have toxoplasma. It controls your brain. It causes you to act a certain way out of your natural character. You see? And, and I know Blue Pill, when you came and got that cleanse, I said, man, let me know, because something changes in your eyes. People that have toxoplasma, their eyes are moving a certain way. And it's in most of the foods. Even you could be vegan and raw. You think these things care about that? They don't care nothing about you eating raw and you eating vegan and you burning sage. They don't care about that. These are super bugs that were dropped off to terraform the planet. So there's beings that are terraforming their planet, and these are drones that they dropped off that, they started out in those domesticated cats, and now they got into the mainstream. They're in plants. They're everywhere. So that program, that elevated total body program that you got, Blue Pill, was that's what that's about. And you too, Brother Rich. You guys have tried that, and you see how everything changes. Because, and I just want to say this quickly again, we're carrying superbugs from the past, which are causing you to act like you used to act, when actually every cell in your body is being renewed, because the angle of the sun, the earth, the moon, Sirius, and all of the alignments that have happened lately have changed us. But if you keep acting the way you used to act and talking about what you used to talk about, you're in the past. And there's certain parasites that keep you in the past. They control your mind. So, that's all that stuff. And then there's music too. There's vibrations that causes these parasites not to communicate. Beautiful. So there's music that helps to balance you too. So we're going to talk about that on Saturday.
It's going to be beautiful on Saturday. It's going to be beautiful. I want to thank all my guests for coming on the show tonight. Professor Griff, Aquarius, Maximus, Blue Pill, Soleil, Dr. B, Sirius. I mean, this show was everything I wanted it to be and more. I'm extremely happy. I'm having a good time tonight, yo. We're gonna have an even better time on Saturday. Let me show this flyer one more time before we get out of here. It's going down. If you came in late tonight to the live, it's going down Saturday, March 9th. Doors opening up at 8. The show will start at 9 with Dr. B's drumming ceremony. We're celebrating the Holy Ghost 3 album streaming release. We're going to be listening to music. Y'all can vibe with some of the speakers on the platform tonight. Tickets, we're going to be dancing. Tickets are $30 at the door. The location is 400 Loyola Drive Southwest in Atlanta, Georgia, 30336. And before we get out here, can everybody leave their contact information? I know some people are out of town. They won't be able to make it, so they want to reach out to y'all for some of your services and products. Please, everyone, leave your your contact information for the family watching right now.
Mine's is simple. My phone number is 678-557-2919. Once again, 678-557-2919. And you can just go online and put in Professor Griff. My information will come up. My website is the www.professorgriff.me. That's professorgriff.me. And if you need me for emergency services, yeah, just put the signal in the sky. I'll get it.
Now, I want to celebrate our brother Professor Griff. He has an album out, an instrumental album full of tones and frequencies that's in alignment with this conversation.
Right.
I made the observation that there's 3 distinct individuals that are coming out of Atlanta that represent the new emergence of hip hop. I wouldn't even say eras, the emergence, and they're all over 40. Professor Griff, Andre 3000, and Little John. Look at that, right? So Atlanta is the hub of where the new frequency is emerging. It's no coincidence that, you got the pillars on both sides of Brother Rich and Dr. B. Dr. B is legacy legendary, and Brother Rich is, moving in that space and that place. And I'm so honored that, you can have this level of access to tutelage. It's going to be a dynamic event, family. Make sure that you're in the building. You can reach me at Blue Pillar. That's PILLAR 44. And the drip can be found at cosmicdust.com. COZMIKDUST.com. And of course, goldwater.com, GOLDEWATER.com. Peace.
Aquarius, leave your contact.
Aquarius Maximus on Instagram, AquariusMaximus.com, WAPcoin.com. People, they can get me all over social media.
Okay. Soleil?
Peace, Mrs. Soleil on Instagram, MRSSOLE, and then you can also find all of my classes and workshops and on goddesstempleoflove.com, and then all of the products are at Devi, DEVI tribewellness.com, DeviTribeWellness.com.
And Dr. B?
You can go to our website, elevationtime.com, TIME, elevationtime.com. We have a bunch of events coming up. One coming up this Saturday. It's a free event based around parasites, mental, physical, and spiritual parasites. We're going to go deep dive on that. And then not this Saturday, but next Saturday, we're doing a series, The Soulful Science of Change and Metamorphosis, with a very good friend of mine, Dr. Mahdi. He lives in Spain. He's a doctor of metaphysics, and we're helping people remember their birthright, restoring balance to the body, rebirthing. We're actually going to be giving out a certificate at the end of this for folks who have lost themselves. You'll find yourselves, because we're going to give you the pieces that you need to find yourself and put yourself back together. So that's excellent. And then I'm also over at Instagram, Doctah B Sirius, Doctah B Sirius. And go to also Forbidden Knowledge. Go to Forbidden Knowledge and vote for all of us. You know what I'm saying? There's the voting is going on for the Second Conscious Awards, and it would be great to see y'all there in Florida again.
Indeed. And before we get out of here, family, I seen somebody ask about, shout out to Zion Harris. I'm glad you're coming through. I will definitely see you there. Hope most of y'all watching, if you're in the area, if you're somewhere in the Atlanta area, hopefully you can make it out that night Like I said, it'll be a night that you will never forget. I'm honored to have these amazing people join me that night, bring their products, their services. It's going to be great. Somebody asked about parking. There's plenty of parking there. I don't think, Blue, you don't have to pay for parking, right? Yeah, you don't have to pay for parking. There's several outside parking lots. So whoever's coming, don't worry about parking. That will not be an issue, thank God. So can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Oh no, there's something just happened with my headphones. Yeah. Okay, but other than that, listen, we're getting out of here. Once again, thanks for everybody for coming on the platform. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see everybody on Saturday. Peace, family.
Peace.
Travel light.
Yes.
Peace.